Hey there tech heads, welcome back to the channel. As you can probably tell, this is quite a different environment. So I could not record at my hostel today because there is some pretty serious construction work going on there, so it's very noisy, so I just had to do this at the office. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about the best phone you can't buy, which is the Huawei Mate 30 Pro. Now, I said the best one you can't buy, and let's see why.
So, before we start, huge shout out to Mr. Who's the Boss, who was generous enough to let me use some clips from his Mate 30 Pro video. If you haven't seen it, please make sure you do. The link to his channel will be in the description. Make sure you check out some of his other videos and subscribe as well. Alright.
Okay, so the Huawei Mate 30 Pro is the next iteration in Huawei's Mate line, the last one being the Huawei Mate 20 and Mate 20 Pro. This phone has a 6.53-inch OLED Horizon display. Now it's called a Horizon display because it has two extreme curves, two massive curves going around the edges of the phone. Not quite all around like the Mi Mix Alpha, which has a surround screen, but it's kind of like the Vivo Nex 3 with its waterfall screen. The curves are also functional because they serve as virtual volume buttons, so you can like double tap and hold the sides, the curve of the phone to increase and decrease the volume. You can also use it as a virtual or customizable shutter button when you're taking pictures in landscape mode. The screen has a 1080p resolution, so it's just full HD plus, not quad HD, but it's also good because it would require less, it would drain the battery less because the screen is huge, and a higher resolution would lead to a bigger battery drain. Also on the screen we have a big notch, like an enormous notch, which houses the sensors needed for 3D facial scanning, face unlocking, which is much more secure than 2D face unlocking most phones use. This actually makes a 3D image of your head, and it's quite secure. It also should be more secure and faster than the iteration or the version that they used on the Mate 20 Pro. The back has a similar construction to that of the P30 Pro, which they released earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken, earlier this year, and it has similar curves at the back and chamfered edges. The camera also has a very unique design. It has this unique circular design, this circular model. It reminds me of one of the Nokia Lumia phones of that time when Nokia still brought out Microsoft phones. And the color, in addition to the color of the rear glass, it gives this phone quite a distinct, unique, and eye-catching look. Green color of this phone has a two-tone finish, kind of like the Pixel phones, but it doesn't just stop abruptly. So it starts out as glossy, and then as it goes down, it becomes more matte, like more. It has this like soft touch feel. So it's glossy, and then it ends up having a matte finish, like on the new iPhones, which is pretty cool. There are also some vegan leather variations of the phone which are more scratch resistant, and less scratch prone. Unfortunately, the phone does not ship with a headphone jack. Huawei has already embraced this no headphone jack culture, sadly. It uses a piezoelectric speaker because there's no speaker grill on the front of the phone, so it uses a speaker inside the phone which vibrates the whole display to send sound into your ear. Now, another area where Huawei have severely improved in the Mate 30 Pro is with the cameras. So now we have, the same, not the same, but we still have 3 camera modules in that circular design at the back with the flash. Now we have a 40 megapixel ultra wide cinema camera, which is specialized for taking crisp, clear videos. We have a night mode for videos. So Huawei and Google basically paved the way for flashless night photography, and now they've implemented that technology into taking videos. Now the Huawei Mate 30 Pro can record up to 4K videos in 60 FPS. The P30 Pro could only go up to 30 FPS, not 60, but now we can go up to 60 FPS. It can record slow motion videos at up to 7,680 frames per second. You heard that right, 7,680 frames per second. Now, to give you perspective, Samsung's Super Slow Mo, which was the previous reigning slow motion champion, could record up to 980 frames per second, if I'm not mistaken. But this is 7,680 frames per second. If you were to use this slow motion mode to capture people just walking on the street normally, it would look like you just took several pictures. That's how slow it is. It makes videos look like still images. There should be a video showing from my fellow YouTuber Board at Work. He did this demonstration with the Huawei Mate 30 Pro super slow motion. Now, there's a new stabilization. They have new stabilization for their cameras, which should be much better when you're moving and you're recording video. Your video should appear much more stable. Then, unfortunately, that headline-making 5x optical zoom of the P30 Pro that everyone was using to take super close-up pictures of the moon is not here. So Huawei probably decided that maybe it took up too much space in the phone or something like that, and they only went with a 3x optical zoom camera, not 5. But on the upside, they did increase the size of the battery, so now it's a 4,500 milliampere battery, which is pretty sizable. It also, like I said earlier, it also has a face scanner and fingerprint scanner, which should be much faster than before. And there are some sensors in the notch which enable you to do some gestures with your hand in front of the screen. Amongst all these pros, the Huawei Mate 30 Pro does have some cons. Mate 30 Pro. Okay. The Huawei Mate 30 Pro does have some cons, unfortunately. Two major cons, actually, which are, so the Mate 30 Pro does run Android. It runs Android 10, but unfortunately, due to the United States ban preventing them from doing business with most United States-based companies, it does not ship with any Google services. So it does not ship with the Play Store, Gmail, Google Play Protect, all those Google Play services. Now, Huawei does have their own app gallery, and they're trying to incentivize developers to come and develop apps for their app gallery, just in case they can't get the license to work with Google anymore. But hopefully they will be able to get that license, because this phone is actually an absolute beast. And secondly, the price. So the Huawei Mate 30 Pro starts out at a price of 1,100 euros for the 8GB 256GB version, which is pretty expensive. It's about the same price as the iPhone 11 Pro Max, so it's it's pretty competitively priced. So some people think the phone might not be worth that much money, especially now that it doesn't ship with Google services. But anyway, that's just by the way. Hopefully by the time they start shipping the phones worldwide, they will come with Google Play services, and then that would probably give more people a reason to buy this phone, because it is actually an absolute beast. Yeah. So those are my thoughts on the Huawei Mate 30 Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed the video so much. Please make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notification icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
If you have any comments about this video or any other videos you'd like to see, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.